SpaceX just bought Cursor AI for $60 billion. Here's why. What if I told you the biggest AI acquisition of 2026 wasn't made by OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, or Meta? It was made by SpaceX. In a stunning $60 billion all-stock deal, SpaceX has agreed to acquire Anysphere, the company behind Cursor AI, the AI coding assistant that has become one of the fastest-growing software products in history. The acquisition comes just days after SpaceX's blockbuster IPO and marks one of the largest venture-backed startup acquisitions ever. But this isn't just another tech acquisition. It's a signal that the next AI battle won't be won by chatbots. It will be won by whoever builds the best AI software engineers. Cursor isn't just another AI app. Over the past 2 years, Cursor transformed from a startup created by 4 MIT graduates into one of the world's most valuable AI companies. Unlike general-purpose AI assistants, Cursor focuses almost entirely on software development. It understands massive code bases, writes production-quality code, fixes bugs, explains complex systems, and can refactor entire applications in minutes. The growth has been extraordinary. The company reportedly surpassed $4 billion in annualized revenue, serves more than 50,000 enterprise teams, and is used by engineers at companies including NVIDIA, Adobe, Uber, Shopify, and PayPal. Developers increasingly spend more time reviewing AI-generated code than writing code from scratch. That shift changes everything. So why did SpaceX spend $60 billion? At first glance, a rocket company buying a coding startup sounds strange. But SpaceX today is far more than rockets. Following its AI expansion, the company has been investing heavily in AI infrastructure, massive GPU clusters, advanced semiconductor projects, and enterprise AI platforms. Cursor fits directly into that long-term strategy. Here are the biggest reasons behind the acquisition. 1. AI coding is becoming the new operating system. Every major company now wants AI that can build software. Whoever owns the best coding model gains a huge advantage because software powers everything, from autonomous systems and satellites to cloud platforms and enterprise applications. Cursor gives SpaceX an elite engineering AI instead of starting from scratch. 2. Compute was Cursor's biggest limitation. Training frontier coding models requires enormous computing power. As an independent startup, scaling meant buying increasingly expensive GPU capacity. Inside SpaceX, Cursor gains access to some of the world's largest AI infrastructure, allowing it to train larger models faster and at lower cost. Analysts see this as a major reason the deal makes strategic sense. 3. Enterprise customers are extremely valuable. Consumer AI products often struggle to generate predictable revenue. Enterprise software is different. Companies willingly pay significant subscription fees for tools that save engineering time and improve productivity. Cursor has already proven businesses are willing to pay for AI coding, giving SpaceX a fast-growing, recurring revenue business instead of an experimental AI product. 4. Building the world's best AI engineer. Reports indicate SpaceX and Cursor had already been collaborating on AI models before the acquisition. The goal appears to be creating AI systems capable of handling increasingly complex software engineering tasks with future integration into SpaceX's broader AI ecosystem. If successful, this could dramatically reduce software development costs across SpaceX's businesses. Why OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic should pay attention. The AI race is changing. The first generation of AI competed to answer questions. The next generation competes to do work. Coding is one of the highest value professional tasks AI can automate because software powers every industry. That explains why companies are investing billions into AI coding assistants. Cursor now competes alongside GitHub Copilot, Claude Code, Gemini Code Assist, and OpenAI's developer tools. With SpaceX's infrastructure and capital behind it, the competitive landscape could shift significantly. What happens next? This acquisition is about far more than writing code. It positions SpaceX as a serious AI platform company. Imagine AI writing software for rockets, AI optimizing satellite networks, AI designing chips, AI managing robotics. AI accelerating scientific research. The combination of massive compute, advanced AI models, and specialized coding intelligence could shorten development cycles across multiple industries. For years, investors believed AI chatbots were the ultimate prize. SpaceX is betting the real prize is something much bigger. An AI that doesn't just answer questions. An AI that builds the future. If that vision becomes reality, this $60 billion acquisition may eventually be remembered not as an expensive purchase, but as one of the smartest strategic moves of the AI era. SpaceX's IPO, Wall Street's reaction, the AI infrastructure strategy, and why this acquisition could redefine the company over the next decade. The real story started before Cursor. Most people think SpaceX bought Cursor because AI coding is the next big thing. That's only part of the story. The real story actually began with SpaceX's historic IPO. The company didn't go public simply to give investors access to rocket launches or Starlink. It went public to finance something far bigger, a complete AI ecosystem. SpaceX's IPO became one of the largest public offerings in history, raising roughly $85.7 billion after underwriters exercised the green shoe option. Investor demand exceeded $250 billion, making it one of the most oversubscribed IPOs ever. The market quickly valued SpaceX at well over $2 trillion, instantly placing it among the world's most valuable public companies. Instead of celebrating its IPO for months like most newly public companies, SpaceX made a bold move within days. It announced a $60 billion all-stock acquisition of Cursor. That surprised Wall Street. Normally, newly public companies focus on reassuring investors, protecting their share price, and integrating into public markets. SpaceX did the exact opposite. It immediately began deploying its new financial strength to accelerate its long-term AI strategy. This wasn't about short-term earnings. It was about dominating the next decade. IPO money wasn't the goal. One misconception spreading online is that SpaceX used IPO cash to buy Cursor. That's not what happened. The acquisition is structured as an all-stock transaction, meaning SpaceX is paying with shares rather than cash. That preserves liquidity while giving Cursor's founders a direct stake in SpaceX's long-term success. This is important because it leaves billions of dollars available for building AI infrastructure instead of spending it on acquisitions. That distinction changes the economics entirely. SpaceX can continue investing aggressively in data centers, custom chips, satellite networking, and AI research, while still absorbing one of the world's fastest-growing AI software companies. Wall Street is starting to value SpaceX differently. For years, investors looked at SpaceX as three businesses: rockets, satellites, Starlink. Today, analysts increasingly view AI as the company's largest long-term growth engine. Some forecasts suggest AI could become the majority of SpaceX's revenue by the end of the decade if current investment plans succeed, potentially outgrowing its launch business. These projections remain speculative, but they show how dramatically investor expectations have shifted. That's an incredible transformation. 5 years ago, AI barely existed inside SpaceX. Now, many analysts believe AI could eventually become the company's biggest business. Why Cursor makes SpaceX more valuable. Acquiring Cursor isn't just about selling coding software. It creates an entirely new competitive advantage. Every AI company needs engineers. Every engineer writes code. Every improvement Cursor makes feeds back into faster software development. That creates a powerful feedback loop. Better AI writes better software. Better software improves AI systems. Improved AI accelerates infrastructure development. And faster infrastructure trains even better AI. Very few companies own every layer of that cycle. SpaceX is trying to. The next phase, vertical integration. Elon Musk has spent 2 decades building vertically integrated companies. Tesla designs batteries, software, manufacturing systems, robotics, and vehicles. SpaceX builds rockets, engines, satellites, launch systems, and communications networks. Now the same philosophy is being applied to AI. Instead of relying entirely on outside model providers, SpaceX is assembling every major component itself. A massive AI compute infrastructure. a proprietary foundation models, AI coding assistants, enterprise software, satellite connectivity, custom silicon, robotics. Few companies in history have attempted to control this much of the AI technology stack. Why this matters beyond software. Imagine what happens if AI engineers become dramatically more productive. New rockets could be designed faster. Satellite software could evolve continuously. Manufacturing automation could improve every month. Scientific simulations that once took weeks could finish in hours. SpaceX isn't simply buying a coding assistant. It's investing in a tool that could accelerate innovation across every one of its businesses. If software becomes the bottleneck for future technological progress, owning one of the world's best AI coding platforms may prove more valuable than owning another launch facility. The biggest risk. Of course, this strategy isn't without risks. Some investors questioned why SpaceX announced such a massive acquisition immediately after its IPO, and the stock pulled back as markets digested the scale of the deal. The AI industry is moving at an extraordinary pace. OpenAI, Anthropic, Google DeepMind, Meta, and other major players continue to release increasingly capable coding models. To justify a $60 billion price tag, Cursor will need to keep innovating while integrating smoothly into SpaceX's broader AI strategy. The bottom line: the acquisition of Cursor isn't the end of the story. It's probably the beginning. SpaceX has already built reusable rockets, the world's largest satellite internet network, and one of the biggest IPOs in financial history. Now it's attempting something even more ambitious: to become the first company that combines aerospace, AI infrastructure, enterprise software, custom chips, and autonomous coding into a single technology platform. If that vision succeeds, history may remember the IPO as the event that financed SpaceX's AI empire, and the Cursor acquisition as the moment that empire truly began.